all in all, parang yung kanyang tono, it depicts him as a no-nonsense leader. So the first SONA of BBM is, I think it's more serious in tone. In fact, it's as if the president is telling us that certain problems need to be addressed as soon as possible. So there's that kind of tone, a sense of urgency as well. So all in all, parang yung kanyang tono, it depicts him as a no-nonsense leader.
On the area of foreign policy, I will not preside over any process that will abandon even 1 square inch of territory of the Republic of the Philippines to any foreign power.
Well, unang-una doon yung kanyang strong stance regarding our national territory. Actually, I think he was referring to the disputed territories, particularly to the West Philippine Sea. Sabi niya that he's not going to give up a single inch of our land. So for me, that's very, parang he's trying to portray himself as a strong leader. I could not help but compare him to his predecessor na yung si former President Duterte naman, yung kanyang stand pagdating sa West Philippine Sea issue is a defeatist stand. Parang sumusuko na agad siya. In other words, ayaw niyang labanan ng China. Although President BBM did not tell us that he's going to, engage China in a battle or in a war. Ang sabi niya, in fact, in relation to that, ang sabi niya, hindi tayo magiging kaaway ng kahit inuman at instead magiging kaibigan tayo ng lahat.
With respect to our place in the community of nations, the Philippines shall continue to be a friend to all, an enemy to none.
So, again, it's an emphasis that the Philippines, when it engages with the other countries, when it relates with the other countries, it's not going to be violent. It's not going to pursue a violent behavior, aggressive behavior. To be able to develop and experience growth, there has to be a strong infrastructure program. I think he's going to encounter the same problems that were encountered by former President Duterte in relation to his build program, particularly yung funding, source of funds. Alam ko, itong build program, may in-identify ito na tatlong pwedeng sources ng funding. Una, through the national budget, which is costly for us, tayong mga kawawa ng mga taxpayers. Pangalawa, through foreign loan and foreign assistance. And then pangatlo, yung private-public partnership. That's a third source of funding. I think dito sa pangatlo medyo dito nabuhay yung kanyang build program. Now, ito si President Bongbong Marcos, since he has adopted the same infrastructure program, a bold one, I think he's going to experience the same kind of difficulty. Saan siya kukuha ng pondo? And to think na malaki na ang utang ng bansa natin. Nasa 12 trillion pesos.
Pinapakinabangan natin ng husto ang malalaking specialty hospital gaya ng Heart Center, Lung Center, Children's Hospital at National Kidney and Transplant Institute. Kaya maliwanag na hindi lang dapat dito sa National Capital Region kundi maging sa ibang parte ng bansa. Maliwanag na hindi lamang dapat dito lamang sa National Capital Region kundi maging sa ibang parte ng bansa, kailangan magdagdag ng ganitong uri ng mga pagamutan.
Maganda sana yun eh. The problem with these specialized hospitals is that they tend to, they are concentrated in one place. So, lahat sila halos I think nasa Quezon City. Now, if the government can create so many heart centers, so many lung centers, then that would be good. Pero may isa pang problema na yan. May isa pang problema. Rather than diffuse o spread mo yung mga doctors, mga specialistang doktor sa mga government hospitals and even mga private hospitals, ang nangyayari, kino-concentrate mo naman sila sa isang hospital, which again is going to pose another problem for the patients. So, halimbawa, mayroon sa Zamboanga na heart center, tapos ikaw ay taga General Santos, magka-travel ka pa all the way to, kasi nandun yung mga espesyalista, wala sa mga provincial hospitals. It would be good sana if hindi yung tao, yung pasyente pupunta sa hospital. As he mentioned yesterday, diba? Hindi yung tao pupunta sa hospital, kundi yung doktor ang lalapit sa tao o yung mga hospital ang lalapit sa tao. Pag inilapit mo yung hospital sa tao, ang tanong, andun ba yung mga kailangan ng doktor? Like a heart specialist, cancer specialist, liver specialist. Wala, kasi nandun sila sa mga, so just the same, inilapit mo lang na bahagya, pero magka-travel pa rin sila ng malayo. May sinabi rin naman si BBM, sabi niya, let's continue with our rollout. Let's increase the rollout of the booster vaccines, booster shots. So that way, madadagdagan yung protection ng ating katawan laban sa virus. But of course, hindi naman lahat ng mga Pilipino nagpapa-vaccine. There are those who do not believe in the power of vaccines. So yun, magiging challenge yun kay President BBM.
A moratorium will give the farmers the ability to channel the resources in developing their farms, maximizing their capacity to produce and propel the growth of our economy.
I think technically ang tawag na gusto niyang gawin, import substitution. The goal is to become self-reliant. But the problem with that, according to some of the articles and books that I read, is that it is not efficient. Oo, it is not efficient kasi nga lumalabas, mas mahal pa yung mga locally made products compared sa mga imports. Oo, halimbawa, kung bibili ka ng, of course may mga for example may gumagawa ng may mga factories, local factories na gumagawa ng mga kaldero sa Pilipinas, di ba? Pero mas mura yung kaldero sa gawa ng China. Ang laki ng diferensya sa presyo. Kung ikaw yung consumer, alin doon ang bibilin mo? Well, the very reason why the program of mandatory ROTC was abolished before, tama ka, early 2000s yun was because there was a specific reason there was an ROTC officer from UST who was a whistleblower. So anong kanyang whistleblow? He wanted to expose corruption and irregularities within the ROTC office. Even the practices of the ROTC officers. Kasama na doon yung tactical officer who was sent by the AFP. So there was corruption, rampant corruption. And this UST student, an ROTC officer, wanted to expose it. So when his companions found out about it, he was murdered. After that, Congress had repealed the law or replaced it with another law which instituted NSTP and made ROTC optional. Oo. Ngayon, that was fine kasi yung law na yon addressed the need of the time. Oo. At that time, hindi ma-reforma yung ROTC, masyadong corrupt, tapos hindi naman siya effective, and there was no perceived threat to our national security. Ngayon meron na because there's China and we are caught up in the geopolitical issue between US and China. So ngayon nakikita natin na kailangan, yun ang tingin ng pamahalaan, mayroong threat at dapat buong bansa tayo na magtutulong-tulong. Yun ang reason. But as to how the youth is going to react to it, mukhang so far ayaw ng kabataan. Well, hindi siya explicitly binanggit. But ang napansin ko is that in line with what you said about unity, ang napansin ko, he never mentioned anything about politics. Wala siyang binanggit na issue which is political in nature. Say for example, human rights. Ano pa ba aside from human rights? Except of course yung foreign policy. Sabi niya wala siyang i-give up na kapirasong lupa ng Pilipinas. But other than that, tahimik siya about any political issue like yung human rights, BARM, communist insurgency, ano pa ba yung mga charter change. Siyempre dito sa mga ganitong issues, divided yung bansa natin. Some are in favor of charter change and some are not. So I think this way, somehow ini-imply niya na we're not going to talk about political issues that can divide us, so that our country can move forward and focus on solving the problems, yung mga pressing problems. Kaya ang mga pinagbabanggit niya lang ng mga proposals are in the areas that require urgent attention. I think ang ina-aim niya doon ay wag na pag-usapan yung mga divisive na issues and instead focus on things that we can easily solve. It's a sensitive issue since it involves the not the immediate family, but the president himself and his siblings and his mother as well as his late father. So tingin ko he's not ready to talk about it. I don't know if he's going to be ready at all in talking about those issues that involve his family, yung human rights abuses during the time of martial law at saka yung ill-gotten wealth as well as corruption. First of all, I would like to treat yung kanyang speech as a not just as a political scientist but also as an ordinary citizen. As a political scientist, I would like to be objective about his speech. Marami siyang mga pinapangako. Of course, yung mga pangako na yun, may kaakibat na pagbibigay ng hope sa kalagitnaan ng problema natin, brought about not just by the pandemic but by the issues in the international arena like the Ukraine-Russia conflict. So somehow may binibigay siyang pag-asa sa mga problema. But as a political scientist naman, ang nakikita ko, these are the same solutions. Most of these solutions have already been applied by the previous presidents. But of course, yung pag-apply ngayon is under a different leadership. So, titingnan ko, alam ko there are some areas which require more explanation. May mga proposals and measures that would require debates para maklaro and explanation from the president himself. Kasi of course there are some challenges eh. Pag sinabi mo gusto kong mangyari ito, aware ka ba na may mga challenges yan? So yun ang aking as a political scientist, I want to tell the president that although it may sound easy for him, kasi he's confident eh. He was beaming with confidence when he said all these things, which is typical for any leader. Talaga naman dapat ang isang politician or political leader, nagbibigay, yung kanyang imahe pa lang, nagbibigay ng pag-asa. Pero kung sanay ka na kasi sa ganyan, sasabihin mo, teka lang, may mga kulang yung mga proposals mo. O napag-aralan ba yan ng husto? So ito yung aking nire-raise patungkol sa kanyang SONA. Maraming proposals, in fact, pagkarami-rami talaga, kaya bang pondohan, number 1, kasi puro gastos yung naririnig ko eh. Number 2, may kapasidad ba yung mga agencies na nabanggit mo upang isagawa yung mga programang nabanggit mo? Now, as an ordinary citizen, I would like to give him the benefit of the doubt. Oo, sige, gawin mo yung dapat mong gawin. Later na lang kita huhusgahan. Oo, kasi what we need right now is an action man. Given all our problems, we need a leader who can solve our problems. And then, siguro say, after a year or 2 years, pwede na kitang i-evaluate yung performance mo. But right now, since wala ka pa naman track record, wala ka pa masamang nagagawa bilang presidente, wala ka pa rin naman mabuting nagagawa bilang presidente, yung evaluation will come later.